990. Holy Ghost filled you with Singanikate. I live the high life cause I'm heavenly minded. Hold up, I'm a 90s baby. So really, you made me walk up to you and you don't subscribe to the channel? Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video and share it with someone. I know you will. Righteous, so wicked. Righteous, no wicked. You righteous, so wicked. Righteous, no. Well, as you may be aware, the Patriotic Front had communicated, should have been 48 hours ago, to its members, telling them to say they should hold off any campaigns that they are doing within the party for presidency. But since then, a Central Committee meeting was organized where most of those that have filed in to become president in the Patriotic Front and those that already paid the 200,000 kwacha participatory fee met to chart the way forward, and these are the decisions that have come from that Patriotic Front meeting. So they say, according to Emmanuel Mwamba, who's the chairperson for pretty much media in the Patriotic Front, he says, race starts. Patriotic Front to hold the general conference in 30 days to elect a party president and members of the central committee. So pretty much the entire structure is being revamped. So they've decided within 30 days they're going to host the general conference. So by 1st December, most likely, we are going to get an announcement where we will know who's likely to be the Tonse Alliance chairperson and then also the Patriotic Front president. Let's see how that plays out. But in other news from Nigeria, Seer put up this post and he attached that stealth bomber by the United States and says, Donald Trump just made a single tweet. The entire Nigeria is shaken. Our beloved president has made an emergency appointment to meet Trump this Wednesday, but Trump has delegated his vice president to meet our president. This is an insult to Nigeria, Seer says. This is an insult to Nigeria. Trump, mind you, Nigeria is a giant in Africa. Give us the respect that we deserve. If not, the entire Africa will team up and teach you a lesson. We are not afraid of your jet, and any that attaches that stealth bomber there. We're not afraid of your jet. Don't provoke Nigeria. If not, America will be taught a lesson. All armies in Africa and with Nigeria and warming up for you. Be careful. Respect us. So that statement was not well received, especially by Zambians. They were just like, excuse us. If he's referring to an Africa without Zambia, that's fine. But if he's referring to an Africa with Zambia in it, count us out. We are not part of that nonsense that is tweeting there. That's none of our business. So when he noticed people's reaction to what he had put up, this is why Trump wants to intervene in Nigeria to say, stop massacre of Christians. I advised Trump to stop massacre of Christians. I advised Trump to establish emergency base in Port Harcourt. So that's the advice Trump is getting, and that's where that information stemmed from. To which Seer responded to say, I said it. Donald Trump wants our oil, chapwa. It means that that's the only reason why they want to have a military intervention in Nigeria. United States of America military base in Nigeria is a no, according to Seer. For the first time, one thing that is commendable is now commenting about issues that have to do with his home nation. The most reason why he always dips back to Zambia is that he has no audience in Nigeria. So if you even check on most of his posts, most of the comments are coming from Zambia. That's why eventually he has to go back to news that is setting to Zambia. So even this, he was driving to Zambia because when the reaction that he got from the people, Zambians were simply says, don't involve us in that. We are not part of whatever you're trying to tweet against the US or Donald Trump. And then his reaction was, this is Seer, I don't understand. People of Zambia, are you trying to do, what are you trying to do to Nigeria? You are on your pretty much on any course for some of the comments that you received. You're on your own. Like, are you trying to do that to Nigeria? And then Zambian there, Michael Kaumba responded, said, there's one that I liked amongst the comment. He was like, okay, if you're not careful, even if you keep on pushing us to support you with that tweet, we'll end up even supporting Donald Trump. We are definitely not going to fight the US. It's very with the intervention that is saying. Then if you force us, we will help Trump instead, and obviously people after that. Just leave us alone. We're not part of that. I mentioned. I mean, the whole Africa is ready to defend Nigeria, including Zambia. So, Mr. Trump, take Kanyasa. You can see, in as much as he's referring to Africa, he knows that his audience is in Zambia, and he always keeps on adding Zambia major there without any clearance from any Zambian. He's just pretty much trying to feed his nation. I mean, his audience there. Most of the posts he's making about Nigeria is still referring to the president of Zambia. You see, he attaches Donald. I mean, he attaches Hakainde Hichilema's image there, and it says, "All the Christians in Nigeria right now, Uncle Trump, thank you, sir." So he said, and then he attaches Hakainde Hichilema's image, saying that's a reaction that most of the Christians within Nigeria are giving now with Trump's warning Nigeria to say if the Christians are not protected, America is going to get involved. And then he eventually brings it back to Zambia, as you expect. He says, information reaching me says that given when he's looking for a contact number for Trump, my brother Trump is after oil, not copper. So from Tanzania formula, you want to move to Trump formula. Well. So referring to there were allegations to say the opposition was saying what had happened in Tanzania, where the youths went on the street after the elections to protest. That's what's likely to happen in Zambia in 2026. Now that they've seen that no, actually Trump is able to intervene, he alleges given when they're trying to meet up Trump so that they can also intervene in Zambia of some sort. Those are just it's just shooting in the dark really here. But on the other hand, the Patriotic Front has provided a roadmap to their convention. So they say race starts. Patriotic Front to hold the General Conference in 30 days to elect president and members of the Central Committee. Patriotic Front General Conference set for next 30 days, and the party is yet to decide, and the General Conference, instead of an extraordinary conference, as mandated for existing Central Committee ends in May 2026. The conference will be hybrid, some aspects virtual and others in person. So they're starting the way forward of how that conference is going to take place. Presidential campaign opened up for those that wish to contest, but do not declare area. Expression of interest fee is 200,000 kwacha and 50,000 nomination fee for president, so which brings it to 250,000 kwacha to be a president in the Patriotic Front. What is the women presidential aspirants will pay expression of interest of 100,000 and nomination fee of 50, so meaning they have less of 100,000. So women will pay 150, the men will pay 250 if you want to contest as the president on the Patriotic Front. They're giving a boost to the women there, and those seeking to stand as members of the Central Committee, that's 1,000, and then party condemns technical committee. Pretty much they highlight what else, and then voter registration exercise, source of deep concern. Those are the highlights from that general meeting that they had. And then President Hichilema has heard your complaints related to police, and he has acted decisively. Look out for the news. Guess who has been removed? So if you remember, it should have been like a week ago when, if not 2 weeks ago now, I think a week ago mostly, during the celebration of Independence Day, standing in the gap overnight was cancelled by the police, and then it caused a lot of fracas, which made State House to respond immediately to say the president had nothing to do with that. He did not issue those instructions. So probably if there's any credibility to what Shifetari is saying there, that's where whoever's been fired is coming from. It's from that hiccup that happened. But as things stand, nothing has been communicated. But Shefetari alleges he's got some information to say a top-ranking police official is likely to be fired. Let's see if there's truth to that, because as things stand, I've only heard that from Shefetari, nobody else. While Isakainde Hichilema Tanzania trip sparks outrage as State House defends attendance of the inauguration ceremony of the female president in Tanzania. Obviously, people having a conversation to say a number of people have died, and then, yeah, pretty much you know what happened in Tanzania. So there's a debate over that. And that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. Have a beautiful day.